Nobody does.
Hello. Hello. Hello.
Okay. Also wie gesagt, ihr könnt ruhig auf Deutsch oder auf Englisch fragen. Also direkt auf Englisch, dann könnt ihr sie gleich so ansprechen.
Ja, natürlich.
Yeah, that's all I know. That's it.
What's the difference between the German fans and the American fans?
The language.
You know what? There's absolutely zero difference. I mean, you know, one thing that I've learned from traveling all over the world is like people are people, you know? There's good people, there's bad people, but I've had a ball in Germany. I mean, outside of the language, somebody made a joke, the language, but that's really the only difference. That's it.
Yeah, better schnitzel.
Yeah. better beer and better schnitzel.
And better Jägermeister.
Yes, which I found out last night. Yes, it's much better. When in Rome, you know? I'm in Germany. I drink Jägermeister. What the hell?
Oh.
Who's got some questions? Raise your hand. Yes, sir.
Have you seen the German translation of your movie? And how you find the German voices which are synchroning you?
I haven't seen the German version.
Yesterday.
Did I watch it? Oh, that's right, I did, yeah.
You can't remember
Okay,
the
you
Jägermeister.
thought I had Jägermeister?
It's weird, you know. Actually, Japan's weirder. But yeah, I mean it's cool. It's kind of fun, but it's strange.
You know the coolest thing about hearing your voice dubbed? Because I don't care who dubs the voice, they always want you to sound more badass. You know what I mean? So like in English, our lines are, you know, like, oh, for fuck's sake, man, get out of here. And then in German, it's like, oh, you just sound like so badass. When every language that they dub it in, they make it like deeper, much deeper like that. And
if you have sex and something, it's I don't do that.
Any more questions? Who has any questions? Yes, sir. Yes.
Yeah. How was your experience shooting Indiana Jones, the young Indiana Jones? The experience with the TV show in general?
It was the best job I've ever had in my life, bar none. I mean, I did that for 6 years. For 6 years, I was out of the country. I spent every birthday in a country that I didn't speak the language. Can you guys hear me? Okay. Fuck that mic. Dang. So, yeah, sorry about that. Everybody's like, wow, that hurt. It was the best job I've ever had in my life. I mean, every time we broke for lunch, I rode a horse to lunch. You know, so it was like, I went to 47 different countries. I met so many people. You know, my first day on the set, you know, I was the lead actor, and Vanessa Redgrave played my girlfriend's mom. I mean, she was like, played second fiddle to me. Who the hell am I? You know what I mean? It was like, it was really neat to go and work with all these wonderful directors and actors, and it was and literally it opened. I wouldn't have done Boondock if I didn't do Young Indiana Jones. It opened up every single door that's open to me today. So it's the best job I've ever had in my life. Period. Anybody else? Yes, ma'am.
How does it feel to be to play Boondock Saints after 10 years?
Norm?
It felt exactly the same. You know, I remember going to set with Sean, and we give our P codes, and we're like, is this really happening? Are we doing this again? But once you start shooting people and speaking in an accent, it's like riding a bike.
It was. You know what? I mean, it was like we never missed a step because, you know, Norm's been my friend throughout the 10 years. You know, so we kept in touch, hung out anyway. So, I mean, literally, as soon as we got the green light to make it, it was like we never missed a beat. It really was. I know a lot of people say that. It was like we never missed a beat. Really, they hate each other. That's not the truth here. I mean, we are friends. You know, so it was killer. It was a great time, man. Yes, sir.
How do you feel when you see the first time with the long hair and the long beard in the film, when you see the first time in the mirror?
Did anybody see on the internet that joke that me and Norman did with the wig and the beards? Did anybody see that? Okay, you got to send everybody the link to that. You got to send everybody. That's how we felt. That's exactly how we felt. We had a great time with it, man. Because you look in the mirror and you're like, who the fuck is that? And it's you, man. You know. I mean, it was good. It was fun.
It was a drag to put on, though. It was good.
Yeah, it took like 2 hours. It was like a half.
2 hours.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
all the glue and then they,
Okay.
you know.
No time.
Yes.
New films are planned?
Say again.
New films are planned? New planning for your films?
Upland.
Your own?
projects.
Oh yeah. Yeah. He did a Robert Redford film called The Conspirator. It's coming out. And on Halloween, I got Saw coming out.
Yeah.
And yeah, so you know, working, playing, same stuff.
And on Halloween I have The Walking Dead coming out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Two things coming out on Halloween together?
Solid. What? Anybody else? Okay, well, take care. Yes, sir.
Norman, I've seen that you've done a movie here in Germany with a lot of German actors.
Yeah, a few. I did.
828 is the name.
Yeah, that's okay.
What kind of role have you played? Because I've nothing found in the internet.
There's
about this movie.
there's a director named Christian Albert who I did Pandorum with and I did Antibodies with, and he approached me in Denmark actually about doing another film a long time ago. We stayed friends, and then I was here for the Berlin Film Festival, and I got hit by a bus. So I was in a hospital here for a couple of months. I have a metal eye socket and 4 screws in my nose, and that director stood by my bed the whole time and sort of took care of me, and we became really close friends. And he would translate the German doctors and stuff like that, and he and I became really good friends. So if he does a dog food commercial, I'll show up. And, you know, he's a super talented guy. Yeah, that's something he did with an actress friend of ours that we met here, and I don't know if it was like, I don't know what it was, to be honest with you, but I flew in and I did a small part for him.
Okay, where was it shot?
We shot
down here in Germany?
we shot in Berlin,
In Berlin.
and it was the scenes that we did were by the river. It was you know where the what's his name? Giger Museum. It's right across the street. That,
Okay.
you know, whatever.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Do you guys? One of the best actors I've ever worked with in my life is yeah, he knows him as well. Is a German actor, and he played Albert Schweitzer in Young Indiana Jones. His name is Friedrich von Thun. Is that how you pronounce it? Is he famous in German?
Yeah.
Yeah. I had a wonderful experience with him. He was great. Is that how you say it? Von Thun? Von Thun. Friedrich von Thun.
What about Udo Kier?
Yeah.
He's so cool.
Yeah.
Wait.
Yes, sir.
Speaking of Udo Kier, can you tell us, or can you tell about the experience working with John Carpenter on Cigarette Burns?
It was, you know, Udo's an interesting guy, and you know, John is such a genius. So you'll see the stuff on the page, and you kind of couldn't even visualize what it would look like. So it was a blessing to get to work with John. I love that. He's such a cool guy. And then Udo is super interesting as well. But I remember the first day he's pulling out his you know, his long intestine and, you know, all that stuff. And he's like pulling out, talking to me, and I was like, this guy's nuts. But he's become a really good friend of mine. I love him. They're both awesome.
Who's next? Any questions?
Bueller.
Does anybody want to see Norm strip?
Yay.
I'm just seeing if you guys are awake. Just checking it out.
Two of you. That's sad. Only 2 people.
Yeah, really, 2 people. I want to see him. Just for the comedy. Any more questions, guys? Yes, sir. Back in the back.
Hi. How come you got the idea for the shower scene on Boondock 2?
It was his idea. He really wanted to check out my naked ass.
I just like to get naked.
No, let me tell you the best story about that. You know, we shot it at 120 frames a second, which when you play it 24 frames, it's slow motion. I did one take because I have like a couple molecules of coordination. For Norm, the first take, swear to God, the first take, the camera pushes in and Norm's like, and he takes the soap and he drops it. In slow motion. And then when you watch the daily in slow motion, Norm is like naked, he's going...
Wait, and to top it off, they came to us right before we shot it and said, we don't have any hot water. So we have to do it with cold water. So we're pissed and we're like, just do it, let's go. And then they gave us like these little socks to put over our stuff. But we went in there and Troy, the director, I was so pissed off that I took the sock off and I threw it in his face.
So Norm comes up to me first. He's like, so they gave us the socks. Are you gonna wear one? I was like, fuck no. He's like, I'm gonna wear mine.
It was so ridiculous that you're like, and the sock, you can see through it.
It's like a woman's stocking. They want to make it, and he's like, come on, man.
It's so weird.
And his fell off, and he dropped the soap.
No, I took it off and threw it in his face. Any questions? Yeah.
Well, I haven't seen the second Boondock Saints yet, so maybe my question is a bit stupid, but is there a possibility for a third part?
That's so stupid.
I don't know, maybe you die, I don't know.
Yes, there is, yes.
There's a possibility.
Yes, it's a
But
very, very strong possibility.
How strong?
That's all I can say. Very.
So another 10 years or another 5
No,
years?
not 10 years. What's that?
When are you going to start?
I can't say that on the record.
Off the record.
Okay, well, off the record. No, it's a very strong possibility.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
What do you think about the documentary Overnight in the first Boondock Saints film?
I think it's total bullshit. He's the nicest guy, and I've said it like a million times. You know, you can have enough footage of somebody like Santa Claus, and you can cut it and make him look like a dick. You know, so Troy's a really nice guy. I think those two guys were, you know, you have to understand Troy had a record deal, a movie deal, like all at the same time. So there's all these guys hanging on. You know, it should be called hangers on instead of overnight. But those guys asked him for money, I think, and he was like, no, that's not a deal, and they got in a fight. So they were like,
You know, the proof of the pudding is if you watch the documentary, there's not one cast member or one crew member that's interviewed. Nobody. So, you know, and there's, you know, it's like if you watch a documentary and they're trying to, you know, promote a certain ideology, at least have somebody that was there speak bad about the guy. There's nobody from the cast, nobody from the crew. You know, I mean.
and everybody came back to do the second.
The minute part 2 was greenlit, every motherfucker in the cast and crew was like, cool, when do we start? I'll be there. You know, I mean, he's a regular guy. Now, does he have a bit of a rough bedside manner? Yeah, he does. I mean, he doesn't speak to you like, now Norm, in this scene, what we want. No, he's like, Norm, get in there and fucking shoot the guy. You know, that's, but he speaks to you because that's why we speak to each other. You know. But if you capture that on camera, then maybe it makes you look like an ass. But sometimes I talk to Norm the same way. You know, I'm like, hey, fuckhead, grab me a sandwich. Okay. You know, but we're friends, so we talk to each other. But if you saw that on camera, you'd be like, wow, Flannery's a dick. You know what I mean? So it's like, he's a regular guy. I mean, we go to barbecues at his house all the time. He's a good guy.
Good to know.
Yes, sir.
So was all the rumor about him the problem or the reason why you took so long to make a second part?